The early morning sun cracked over the horizon, filling Omar with a soft light that gleamed gently off of the dew and dampness that filled the air in the streets around the former Sturgian city. Seagulls and distant birds could be heard as the waves rolled against the peaks outside of the walls of the great city. Calard of Garamont sat on a bench outside of a tavern, Quaris unable to stand upright, propping his leg to help his balance. The night before had been one of the typical post-tournament revelry, but as Calard anxiously peeked into his coin purse, he noticed that the clan's funds were running dangerously low. Quaris, how much money did we spend last night? Quaris. Of course I'm talking to you. Quaris, you stop standing around there with your leg propped up. You know what? Finally you put it down. It's a good thing because you look like you are in terrible shape right now. Get the rest of the men. Get the rest of the men. Oh, you stink. Get everyone. Get it. We're leaving. We're going to leave this town. You're running too quick. You're going to throw up somewhere. Okay, I'm going to leave, and we'll talk outside the town. Okay, so we come here to episode 11 of Calard of Garamont's great journey. And with that, we can see that we are hemorrhaging quite a bit of money. And what I'm going to be doing here today is I'm going to be focusing on bringing Lyanna into the party. I think we have to have Calard grow his legacy with Lyanna. And he can't do that if she's out throughout the sticks of Sturgia, kind of sowing her royal oats. So we're going to make sure that we get her into our army. We'll have a nice new companion alongside. And we'll kind of take a look at both of these armies and do some management of them as well. So let's take a look at the clan screen here. Where is Lyanna? She's traveling to Sibir. And I may or may not be doing some swapping of her armor because I cannot seem to we will immediately abandon that direction for that 1,200 person army. One unfortunate thing as a byproduct of patch 1.4, which was actually, I believe, hotfixed, is the prevalence of war with your nations. And like I said, I believe that has been hotfixed, and hopefully it'll kind of stabilize out right now. But you can see that we are currently at war on 4 fronts. Sturgia has been pretty much pushed into the mud. They don't have any more cities left. The Northern Empire, though, you can see they have a massive 1,000 plus strong army that we're probably going to go get involved in. Asarai is pretty comparable in our strength as well. Western Empire is a little bit lower, but hopefully they'll take a little bit longer to get involved in this fight. We can already see that. Actually, I think... Oh, she's not there. This will actually kind of mix up my army a little bit because I'm sure she has some pretty good ones. Oh, but let us maybe get in a good fight here with the former ruler of Sibir here with Fafin. This would be a fun little journey to start this game out. Okay. Let us see how Calard can bring Lance to Sturgia once more. Well, I guess this is Asarai in this case. So, ooh, I apologize. It is a night battle. Those tend to get a little choppy here.
Move!
Right.
Infantry! Archer! Archer, move!
I always like to put my archers in a nice, good loose formation.
Soldiers! Make a shield wall!
Make something of a shield wall. Aha! Aha!
Move to enemy!
You know, something I've really always liked about the, oh! Man, that Battanian horseman just got completely wounded. Follow me again. Don't want to lose that cohesion. Oh, wow. That was a brutal sound. And that was a tree! Calard is a firm friend of trees. Oh, that would have been really brutal. That guy could have just taken me out. You always got to be careful with thrown, because that can just take you out hard. Harpoons are a knight's worst enemy. So I'm going to do an advance on my infantry and an advance on my archers. And again, as I always say, advance will use the best weapon for your infantry unit. They'll pull out whatever weapon they have the most skill with. Archers get a little ahead of the party here, so we'll just kind of roll in suit with them. And again, we're on 1.4, not 1.4.1. So those guys aren't going to be moving in line, unfortunately. But Calard will do his best to wrap around the side. Okay. We're in a good position here. We want to make sure our men get up close and personal. That way we can then charge in and do some damage here. What do they have? Nice staggering amount of 18 recruits. So it should be a pretty easy fight. They go for the charge. We will issue our men to do the same. Now the AI should typically focus on the archers here. Aha! Focus on the archers here. The archers there. Put that fish harpoon away, you disgusting Sturgian. Mertian, I see that you're getting better with the horse. Don't get cocky. Oh! A hearty blow to Calard's head. Take that, you brigand. Oof. Swordsman and billman just got cut down. Recruits is okay. Well. Actually took a lot more death than I thought we would. And you were most certainly my prisoner, Pfaffen. Let's put one of these recruits back here. Maybe another one. And we will just take all of this lovely loot. We'll come over here to Sabir, and we will, we'll ransom, because we are knightly. We shall ransom out Pfaffen. And then we will donate the rest of the prisoners, because they're not too worthwhile. Yeah, let's kind of donate these guys. I want to do some massive upgrading here. Those swordsmen, unfortunately, I wanted to get them all to sergeants, and I'm just going to do these guys to sergeants before we lose any more. The saplings, and I'm actually not too worried about doing this now, because we should hopefully be able to take Leanna's party into mine, and it should kind of stabilize the heavy cost per day that I'm dealing with right now. Let's plan again. Where is Milady Leanna? Oh, she's still traveling to Sabir. So diligent. Oh, an Aldrich's army, I see. Okay, so let's have a little conversation with my wife. Calard, it's been a while. It sure has, wifey poo. Let me inspect your troops, which I swear in this case is not a euphemism. Okay, so we will take a lot of this. We'll take these guys. We'll take all of them. And of course, we're going to have to kind of push some of my guys over in this direction. But we want to just get the best. All of these lovely scrumptious cav units. Should be pretty, yeah. We're gonna be way over right now. So, unfortunately, the Battanians no longer are gonna have their usefulness in this. As much as I hate to do it. You know what? Even the boar champions are pretty good, but I'd rather go with the Vlandian sharpshooters. Where's the board? I mean, we're always going to keep the Fiend. The Fiend is so good. Now, in this patch, the Arboreal is still good. In 1.4.1, its bow skill was dropped significantly. So, part of me wants to get rid of them for when they eventually do push this into the next patch. But for now, we'll kind of hold on to them. 9 crossbow, 7 hardened crossbowmen. Wish I could organize this by an easy button. Spearman is the Billman precursor. Vanguard is the end of the light cav line. Oh, well. Got a lot of banner knights, got a lot of champions, which is good. We have a lot of really good cav now. Let me actually just kind of organize this a little bit. We have plenty of gallants, or as I know them, knights errant. Vlandian knights. Okay, that's all of our cav. The Battalion Horseman will drop, unfortunately, but we'll drop it. And I'm not necessarily going strictly for Vlandian, but I do kind of want to keep that general theme going. Volgiers here. She's got one more. Then she's got some pikemen, which are actually pretty good. I like the Volgier a little bit more. Pikemen are still pretty good. It's always a kind of a, like, I think that maybe getting rid of the Arboreals is the best bet to just get some more hardened crossbowmen. Personally, I like archers over crossbows because I feel like the firing rate on the crossbows is kind of what makes them not as desirable, in my opinion. You can just get such a high volume of fire out with these archers by comparison. But we have a lot of cavalry now. we have 19 Vlandian knights. So, and a ton of champions now. Vanguards, banner knights. Oof. This is going to be interesting. Because we do have to kind of break this army down, unfortunately. As much as I want to keep it going, it will just, in 7 days, if I don't get a huge surge of money, we're going to be in a bad situation. So, I might just completely absorb the cost at the end of the day. Like, looking at it, it's like now my Callard's party wage is up to 1,000. So I've pretty much just taken her cost on for the most part. Maybe Arboreals are 13 each. If I do that, brings it down to 901. Whereas these guys are 8 each. And I think we unfortunately might do that. I do like the Arboreals again, especially in this patch, but I feel like maybe they'll just... Yeah, so 957, so... Because by the time they push out that next patch, it's going to be unfortunate for Callard's Grand Army. Okay, so we have got 98. We have to take out 12 men here. And what unlucky 12 men are there going to be? It might actually be the crossbowmen now that I kind of look at it. And let's take out these Volgers, unfortunately. I do like them, but I feel like at the end of the day, they're not going to help me out a ton right now. I personally feel that any of these two-handed weapon class style infantry, they work best when you have a nice front line to kind of insulate them. You put them either right behind that front line and then have them charge after the fact, or you put them on the flanks, on the periphery, and have them do some flanking damage in. I typically find that to be the best use for them. Otherwise, they stand in front of your unit at staggered points, and they break any shield walls you want to do. They get focused down and killed pretty quickly if they are taking damage from archers. So it can be very unfortunate. So we'll unfortunately ditch some of them. And I kind of almost want to get rid of the spearmen. But that does put us back in range. Maybe I can take a Volgier back or two. What are we at now? So we're at 73, 83. So I should be able to do that. Billman right to there. Suppose that'll do. These guys aren't too bad. They do have throwing, which I don't see any throwing weapons on them. So it's kind of an interesting little thing to have there. About 100 riding, 100 throwing, 100 polearm. I'd rather have that throwing into one-handed. But that swaps here clearly with the Vanguard, which drops their throwing and converts it into one-handed. So it's very interesting there. Okay. Khaled's Grand Army, I think, is now grandiose enough. This will do. And having these Arboreals not in there, of course, yeah, they are tier 5, and they're going to be really good right now. They are just a little bit higher in wage, so we should be okay now with this army. Let's go ahead and take that. Okay, so we now jump back to our clan. And if I ever need to do this again, if I need to have her own party, I would just simply say, hey, go and make a party again. So she'll go over here to Sibir. She'll now wait at Sibir for me to just come grab her. Oh, there's a lot of quests in here. Company of Trouble. Aldrich needs garrison troops in Drapend Castle. Well, what kind of garrison do you need? My friend, it's been a while. Congratulations to you and Leon on your marriage. Thank you. Didn't you have a different voice last time we talked? No, this is the voice I've always had. Okay. Well, you know what? I heard through the Sturgian Vine that you may need some help with a problem. These wars have taken a toll on my men. The bravest often fall first, they say, and fewer families are willing to let their sons join my banner. But the wars don't stop because problems. So what can I, what do you, this isn't like a, what can I do for you? How can I help you? I need recruits. More recruits in Drapend Castle's garrison. Since I'll be elsewhere, maybe you can recruit 9 Vlandian spearmen. Oh, okay. Any other way? One of your trusted companions, who knows how to lead, and go around with 8 horsemen and pick some up for me, maybe. You know what? Let's, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. I'll take care of it. Looks like we have ourselves a little quest as well. We'll bring Liena into our party. Now, this significantly cuts down our cost. We're still at 919, but at this point now, too, we can also... We're going to have to get rid of another person. I know this isn't very knightly, but I might need to do some swapping of her gear. So spearmen. They need spearmen. They need 7 spearmen or 9 spearmen, or what? I'll take a look. We'll drop one of these billmen. We will go to the tavern district here, or I'm sorry, we'll go to the arena. Aha! A pointy war sword, as opposed to a sword that does not have a point. Let's jump into our inventory, and we have to be kind of careful with this. It's a pretty slippery slope when it comes to taking your companion's armor, especially your wife, and I personally think that it can kind of cheat a little bit of the game. So we're not going to completely say like, oh well, we'll take all of our armor and kind of just see where it goes. I think that it kind of, like I said, cheats a little bit of the game and a little bit of excitement of finding some of that armor for yourself. So let's take a look at her armor real quick. Ooh, wow. I will take this because this is an amazing looking sword. Take a look at this. This is amazing. Oh, we can't look at it right now, but it's got a gold scabbard, Vlandian lance, a wide heater shield. Then she has the accoutrement. So this is the first time I've seen the white tabard over mail. And this is something I wish... Oh, Liena! Put on clothes! It was something I wish would take on your banner. Like, imagine if that had the Bretonnian banner. That'd be really, really cool. So while I do want to do that, I just think that we should hold off. We'll let her keep this armor, but we'll take the helmet. And that way it just kind of... Round helm for a king. I mean, not a king. Not a king. I mean, a knight of Bretonnia. We'll swap this as well. Because I kind of need a little bit more armor to take on the heavy hits that Calard of Garamond has willfully taken in service of Vlandia. And yeah, of course, maybe even... That's a pretty cool weapon. We can brandish that for you all to see. As a knight of Vlandia, not Bretonnia, but very close in name to Bretonnia. Okay, so kind of all equipped here. Let's do a really quick arena. Battle has been joined. The pointy war sword is on the line. Let us see how this goes. Oh, I thought it was me and Mertian to start off, and I was pretty excited about that, to be honest. And my least favorite portion of the Sturgian arena is the dreaded polearm. And Ospear here is spry on his feet. You wouldn't take the Calard of Garamond stab. How about this? Aha. And this one. Okay, maybe this one, though. Okay, you seem to be quite good with this polearm thing. The trick is to kind of... You go left, then right to stab is the best way I've noticed to do it. But it is so hard. And sometimes a Brad Pitt. Oh, okay, all right. You're quite agile, Ospear. No, you share the name of a bird, Osprey. Aha! Oh, you didn't expect that one, huh? A little bit of this. A little bit of that. And then a miss. Go for the old toe stab. In night school, the first thing that they tell you is the most weakest part of any knight is their big toe. That's why steel-toed boots were invented, to protect knights on horseback. Their big toes weren't exposed. Oh! Calard goes for the bash. Oh, and misses. Oh! Oh! Aha! I have the high ground, Ospear. Don't even try it. Another method here is to kind of step to the left, and if you get it done right, they'll go to stab, and that's when you go to stab because you'll actually get like a little bit more. Oh, so close, and I'm so close. Oh. Oh, yes, got him. Oh, the old chambered. Shaft to shaft chambering. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, down to a hit point left. Oh, an Ospear, a very worthy opponent, takes mine ahead. Who does win this one, though? Calard, not me. And always, it's a pretty dangerous fight when you're going against nothing but other soldiers, and it's because we did this with an army in here. But we see who wins this one. Now let us retreat to Drapen Castle and maybe find ourselves some foes upon the way, as we know that this land is now littered with opponents from the Western Empire, the Northern Empire, Azerai, and of course all of their mercenaries. We'll have some interesting ordeals in the coming day. Where are all of our men? We have 10 wounded right now. Actually, our men themselves are actually pretty wounded. But it shouldn't be too bad. We actually have a whole ton more cavalry now. He has got a lot of arboreals, because he's of the Brotherhood. Good amount of infantrymen. Well, you know what? Sapna? Sapna needs our help, and we shall gladly assist. Help Sapna. Okay, Calard is ready to defend. I'm gonna do a little F6 here. There's a lot going on with this town itself, and with all these trees. They've got 44 archers. Not something I really considered before getting into this fight. I can maybe get a little... If Calard can ride out and meet them. Oh, I thought this might have been... Ah, I thought it might have been the leader. Oh, but here he is. No, that's my guy. That's Liana. My lady! You're so brave. Interestingly enough. Oh, no! Ah! Aha! Not sure why all of my cavalry charged in first haphazardly, but it's a tactic that I like. It's reckless, it's foolish, it's Bretonnian. Oh my god, that Manablian. Ah! Hee! Hoo-hoo! Oh, there are so many trees. Callard's worst enemy. That was actually a very brutal fight. Callard will leave no one alive. Okay, maybe he will this time. 12 men were killed here. 4 knights, sergeants, a vanguard. This was a rough one. For sure, for Calard of Garamond. You are most definitely my prisoner Darbard. That's 13 troops here. We might be able to bring this to a garrison, so we'll take all of them. And we still have a good amount. Was not the most favorable fight, but you know, you gotta have some losses. Take all these. Well, well, get rid of those. There we go. Ah, a lovely haul here as well. Some cracked Imperial lamellar shoulders, which are a lovely upgrade for fair Calard of Garamond. Goes well with his new helmet, which he may or may not have been gifted by his loving, caring wife. Jump over here, and we will go to the Tavern District, do some ransoms, and because we are again very knightly, she'll ransom out Darbard of the Brotherhood. Paltry 1100, but I'll take it. Our mercenary contract is going up, though, which is nice. Just because we have so many people we're at war with. I mean, I remember every 30 days it gets kind of refigured. The troops, and we'll donate all of these new guys who just came in, these Sturgia militiamen. And this will give us nice... You get more influence from donating to a garrison than you do troops. So we're at 3305. That just put us up to 34. Still not as good as it's been in the past, but that'll at least give us a little bit more for our mercenary contracts. And now we have 28 wounded men. So what I'm going to do here is... Oof, Omar has fallen. Wow. What we're going to do is fast forward, because we're going to head all the way back to Vlandian territory for a little bit and get some more troops. We've got plenty of wars. They're not going to be over anytime soon. We'll have plenty of stuff to do, but we're going to go ahead and fast forward as we move over to Vlandia. Okay, now that we're a little bit closer. Ooh, that's already being ransacked. So we did get some spearmen, as you saw. We got some lucky squires too. Oh wow, we're getting a lot of raiding being done. Recruitment, fortunately nothing. See if there's a quick tournament to be done at Rovalt. Ah, now this should not be the paltry Sturgian style tournaments, but something a little bit more fun, something a little bit more royal, it's more chivalric. She'll do. Tournament in Vlandia. Nasal helm over mail will be our little prize for the... Oh, no. Anything but the bill. And I've actually swapped on over to using the directional keys to dictate... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Didn't see that coming, did you? Haha, but this one. Okay, you did. But aha! Take that, militia. Ungrateful is what they are right there. I mean, a noble Bretonnian knight would love the people of the peasantry. My sword and shield, my favorite. Oh. Oh! The one thing to take note, too, is every single faction's swords are a little bit different. Oh! Coming at me again, militiamen. Hungry for blood? Once you've had a taste, you're like a tiger. But I, too, am like a tiger, but more like a lion, even though tigers are physically more imposing creatures. But every faction has got their own style of sword. This is the arming sword. It's a little bit longer. But if you go to, say, Sturgia, it's a smaller sword. So you have to kind of be mindful of that, because I'm very close, but I want to kind of take steps back here because these are longer swords. You don't want to be able to get have the momentum of your swing get stopped because they're so close to you. That's what happens when you get those like 1 or 2 hit point hits, because usually the momentum can't carry through. We're friends! I mean, victory nay! Victory nay! Almost couldn't get that off. But Rovalt is a firm friend of Calard of Garrison, netting him a nice fine prize and a little bit of winnings. So let's see here if there's anything noteworthy. Block that yet again. In fact, I could even that. Oh. Look at you, Mertian. Fine, Mertian. I'll give you something a little bit nicer. But don't squander my gifts. Actually, this is a little bit... we'll stick with this. I like that Mertian's a little bit more haphazard. Kind of has something a little less, a little out of his pedigree. My goal is still to get one of these. It'll go so well. Actually, not this one in specific. Oh. Something also I've noticed is that some of the characters that are smaller have very tiny horses. GeForce is some real wow, she's like a full-on linebacker. Look at this arming sword with golden petals imprint. She has all the pretty weapons. And I just have an iron arming sword. It'll do. Mertian, looking stocked as always. Aldrich, okay, and Hasid. But actually, Hasid will get the leather steel armor. That way, we have a nice little band in case you want to do some roughhousing with some, you know, opponents of the crown, which we most definitely will. You know what? Call me crazy. But I think that'll be kind of fun. We'll have a mace for whenever we do any kind of siege combat, or when we fight against other really heavily armored knights. The mace will do a lot more damage to them. Of course, we're going to lose a little bit here in our reach and everything like that, but at this point, we should be so close to them that we'll be able to do a lot of damage with it. Better one up. Okay, yeah. All that. Ooh, the Western longbow. Good. Aren't you on foot? You certainly are, Attalus. Give you the Hasid. You have arrows, range arrows, and range arrows. Okay, armed. Nope, nope. We're quite fine then with that situation. The rest of this armor can be sold. And that'll give us a nice little bump to our income there. Money's still holding strong over here, so we could sell this falk or flax. The rest is going to be a-okay. Calard of Garrison comes up in the world with a little bit more income. The rest will be just fine. I do want to get a workshop as soon as possible. But I cannot buy one right now because that will immediately tank all my money. So we have to be gambling. And proceed forward here. Check out Ostikin, which is overrun with Seed Raiders by the Lady of the Lake. Good lord. Another Spearman, which is good. I'm picking up the Footmen on the off chance that we have to... A bandit, do you think there's a bandit base around here? Vigother, because I certainly do. In fact, I'm terrified to walk around this place. One of these guys is going to band up and all attack me at once. Which is something I'd like to see. I'd like to see them all kind of... If I attack any one of these, it's going to pull all of them into one oh my gosh. By the city on the sea. That is a good deal of opponents. Okay, so our quest is 4. 9. Do we really only have 4? We have 5. Okay. So, if I were to get some of these footmen up to spearmen, we need to get 4 of them. And I'm most certainly not going to attack any of the bandits around here. This 26 band of Siege Raiders looks incredibly imposing. Drop them and we'll... What happens? This is disgusting. It's like when you walk outside and there's just an unbelievably high amount of gnats in an area. That is these right now. There are 3 Sea Raider hideouts plus this mountain hideout. Here's some troops. Squires, you know how much I love my squires. Horster, I wish I could help you. I truly do. Oh. Don't want to do that. But I do want to trade. Because I believe my desired armor is here. That Western mail shirt. The armor I desireth so. It'll look so good on fair Callard's lovely chainmail horse. I'll be just like a walking curtain of chainmail. Or I guess riding. Cavalier boot. A little expensive right now, but we will hold off. Let us come down here then to Phrygian. And I guess another note here is, whoa! 38 band of mountain bandits? What can men do against such reckless hate? In future patches, in the next one, 1.4.1, they're supposed to have dealt with a lot of that bandit density. So hopefully we'll be able to see that come into effect. And it'll kind of clear up these areas around here, or the far, far eastern portions of the map that have just a massive contingent of bandits. But we can see that we've got some sieges going here. Charas probably being besieged by the Asarai. And Sargo is hopefully being besieged by ourselves. Yeah, Durthart's party is here. Apsus' party. So this is the Western Empire. You can see the Vlandia is getting pushed pretty hard in this episode. We've already lost Omar and Ov Castle and Balgard. Sabir is kind of cut off on its own with Varvanapal. And Revel and Varcheg kind of still these last bastions over there as well, as they're kind of cut off in that dead center. But Televel Castle, Thraktarai, which is actually Western, it has been taken. And now Sargo was taken, being retaken now by Durthart, with Charas being under siege by the Western Empire. So usually we know that the what is this called? This is Vlandia. Typically it's very strong. Now this is probably one of the first times I've seen Vlandia get pushed back so hard. Here. Lucky, no, more footmen. And we're probably going to have to train up these footmen real quick on some of these looters, which shouldn't be too big of a problem. There's one thing Calard of Garamond shan't do. It is most certainly spend all of his men fighting a, how many big? 43 big person Sea Raider camp. But that is not Callard's way. He takes overwhelming odds that work in his favor. Okay, Brigand. And we'll jump into this fight as well. So we're just going to take our footmen and I'll charge with them again.
Archers!
I have you guys
hold the horsemen! Footmen, hold fire!
My horse took that one. There you go, gentlemen. Calard of Garamond is still a fan of the peasantry, taking all the hits for you. Yes, victory was all your doing, none of mine. You're the noble gentleman in this one, not me. Perfect. Okay. Let's find another small bandit group here. Oof. The Northern Empire has just taken one of our massive armies. So we were at 6,000 at the beginning of this episode. We're down to 4,870. The Northern Empire is still pretty strong. Persia was never a fight to begin with. And the Western Empire stayed pretty much in line with us with Asarai as well. So these heavy wars are on multiple fronts, which is making the fights themselves becoming very interesting. It's not the typical 1 or 2 fights that we've seen where one army, Sturgia for example, gets kind of pushed into the mud pretty hard. It's starting to become a little bit of a landslide with all these major powers attacking each other. And what I don't see on this, of course you'd give up, why wouldn't you, is Khazate. So I wonder, actually, who they're at war with. Just the Southern Empire. The Southern Empire themselves, I think, are just with Khazate. So interestingly enough, a lot of these factions seem to be in double or triple wars, because I think the Aserai are fighting... Oh, interesting, they're just us. I thought they were also fighting the Western Empire. Well, this is going to become a very, very different playthrough. Yeah, they're just fighting us. The Northern Empire, I think, is also fighting us. Well, yeah, it would make sense, because everyone else is already just fighting us. So, our three-way war is becoming a pretty heavy war of attrition for Vlandia here. Hopefully we can buff up Drapen Castle here and get to some fights, because then we'll be able to help sway this. I've personally noticed that anytime you get your own men involved, the the wars tend to go a little bit more in your own favor.
Kill them all!
My men are going in, but I don't think they'll be able to actually... Oh, no, wait, they're actually up there. I forgot. A dreaded bug. Hey, they're doing pretty good. Need me? You two can soon have your own castle, but not until I get mine first. Okay, footmen, don't step out of line here. Alright, so two of them just got a level, which is great. And the reason I'm doing this quest is because it's part of a quest chain that shuts off once you become a vassal. And hopefully by doing it, we can actually get a hold of that. See what we can get from it. Jump into the city real quick. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there. Callard's army is almost complete, but more importantly, his spearman gang is almost upgraded. So we needed 9. We've got 5. Correct? Let me just double check the time. We've got 5. We need 4 more. We need just 2 more of these guys to upgrade. And again, the reason we're not doing them piecemeal right now is just because we want them to get experience together. I do kind of want to attack this group here real quick. 4. And we'll attack this group real fast just to get some quick experience. The 16's closer. The 16's closer. This will just be for the rest of the army. We don't want to do it for Callard's main force. Or, I'm sorry, for the footmen, because they will just get completely butchered to the last man. And that is not the goal of Callard's fair footman journey. I just love seeing these resplendent shields all complete
Infantry!
with our heraldry. Our huge contingent of cavalry. So really what we're going to do here in our next episodes is focus on trying to really do some damage. We have a really nice... we have a birch tree that has completely assaulted us. We have a really nice set of troops, and a really elite army. And with this, we're probably going to be able to punch a hole, especially in Aserai forces or other ones where we'll be able to hunt things down very well. That'll be the kind of focus of our next episode, is really kind of prosecuting these wars for Vlandia with Calard at the helm. And I'm excited to do a little siege too, especially with this little rusty calderic mace. So, oh, now that's down to 2. Go ahead and attack, and then we'll send these guys in. And you guys please fire away. Hopefully we'll get a level off of this. Aha! The old use the horse as a rock and a hard place routine, huh? That's right, I taught my men well. A little trot, a little tritty. Yeah, yes. Good man, good job, men. Proper victory nay. Anything for my people. We got another one to level up, which is really nice. And we gotta go to Drapen Castle, so let's just kind of start heading that direction. Go. These little guys. Should be okay as long as I'm with my men. It shouldn't be too bad. But I have been mistaken before, plenty of times. Okay. No justice for you, only the cold steel of Calad's blade.
Footmen! Archers!
And we have a lot of archers too, which is going to be good. And the reason it's going to be great is if we attack any Asrai, or even Khazate. That's not going to be the case here, but Asrai in specific, they will have a lot of horse archers or javelin horsemen. And these archers are going to be a really strong counter to them, in addition to 30 heavy horsemen. So it'll be a nice little combination. We'll go with our men here. That should be okay. I'm actually going to kill some of them. Ah, one of them got killed. This might have been a foolish endeavor. Aha! Okay. Alright, it's okay. They just got wounded. It's fine. Fine. Just patch that up. Just push whatever fell out back in. Perfect. Yeah, see? Spearmen. That didn't almost not work at all. Calard of Garamont's plans always work exactly like they probably should, but a little bit less than that. That's a good little grab there. We'll jump over here to Drappin Castle. If you are doing this quest, do make sure you don't just donate the troops. That's not the point of this quest. The quest is to approach the castle gate, request entry, continue. We're going to talk to the garrison commander, but we have to wait just a little bit because I think they're still wounded. Yeah, they're still wounded a little bit. They might take them all at once. Let's see if he takes it all at once. Either it's not going to work or it's going to not work. We're going to find out right now. So, well, we're waiting for you, sir. Have you brought the troops that our lord requested? Here are your men. 7 plus 2 wounded. Vlandian spearmen. Thank you. Ah, worked just fine. We got ourselves a nice 1850 in money. We got a massive increase there with a Dathir. Well, 2 is not massive, but still, I'll take it. And we got 3 charm off of that. So, why that is important is if we take a look at our clans, and we take a look at the Vlandian clans in Dathir, they are a pretty important one. And by keeping good relations with these, when it comes to becoming a vassal and trying to do any kind of big things with your policies or anything like that, it really does help to have these positive relations. Let's see here. We actually, well, interesting, we have a Asrai clan in here. To here. So they actually have quite a bit of influence. Not the most, not the biggest clan. In fact, we're kind of one of the biggest clans here, but we're a mercenary. But they're definitely, if we take a look at pure Vlandian vassals, here's the ruler's clan, 1, 2, 3. So they kind of are third in line after that. So getting that good reputation with them is very strong because it helps you out, like I said, when you're passing policies or they're voting for you. So getting that up is a good early start. And like I've said before, that is part of a quest line that we should hopefully now be able to tap into. This was told to me from the internal beta tester, and I don't know a whole ton more about it. But that will bring our 11th episode of Calard of Garamont to a close here. And as you can see throughout the lands of Vlandia, we have a lot to deal with. We have Charis, which is now taken over by the Western Empire. We have both Talavel Castle and Thraktarai Castle taken over by the Asrai. And we also have a lot of Northern Empire that has taken over both Balgard and Omar, previous ownership of Vlandia. So, in the next episode, we should really be diving into a lot of these conflicts that have dotted Vlandia's frontier, even its own homeland in Charis. And I want to hopefully push out the Western Empire out of these lands and retake them for both Calard of Garamont as well as Vlandia. And before we do that, at the very beginning of our 12th episode, we will become a vassal of Vlandia to hopefully secure ownership of one of these locations. It would be quite nice. Our clan level is not quite rank 3. Once you reach rank 3, they pretty much automatically give you a fief, but sometimes you can get one ahead of time, and hopefully we can kind of get on the curve right there by at least being a part of their capturing of these castles and this main city. So I hope you guys are enjoying this furthering of our narrative campaign. We will be doing a lot more of it this week. I've got a lot of big Bannerlord stuff planned for this next coming week. Hopefully we'll be getting a 1.4 0.1 beta branch pushed into main branch, which would be very exciting. I'll only stay on the main branch with Calard of Garamond as well, so that'll kind of change the landscape of this fight actually a little bit. And as we push further, we'll hopefully have another exciting beta branch to cover. I've got some really great guides I've got planned for you guys, so look forward to a fun week of Calard of Garamond as well as other Bannerlord updates as we push through the early access of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you are enjoying about these narrative campaigns and maybe what you're not enjoying as much. I've learned a lot from this very first narrative campaign of things I really want to change come the second one. And right now, my big thought for the second narrative campaign is going to be another Warhammer themed one, wherein we'll play a kind of Kievan Rus Kislev style character in Sturgia, which will be a huge challenge. And I think that that will be kind of fun, is taking on a Sturgian character and trying to, I guess, deal with the unending tide of damage from Vlandia into them. So it'll be a kind of a spinning of the coin here, going from Vlandia fighting Sturgia to the opposite way here, from Sturgia defending against Vlandia. But as always, guys, like I say, thank you so much for joining here today. Have a good one and take care.